Hey friends, welcome back to Stappystamper. My name is Terry Stapp and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Central Texas. Today I am bringing to you an alternative for our February 2026 Celebrate Spring Paper Pumpkin Kit. Before I get into the card, let's talk about the materials that are in your paper pumpkin box. So all of this comes in one little box delivered to your door. And this particular kit is going to make 9 cards, 3 of each of 3 different designs. Okay, so in your kit, you're going to have some ephemera pieces. You're going to have some sheets that look like this where you can do some stamping your sentiments. You have some leaves, some eggs that have stamps that you can stamp on there. You have sheets that look like this that have a wreath, some flowers, Easter eggs, Easter basket, bunny, and some more flowers. You have some sheets that look like this. You have a pack that has dimensionals, glue dots, and sequins. You have 3 card bases that look like this. 3 card bases that look like this. And 3 card bases that look like this. You have some twine, pink twine. Your Stampin' Spot is Shy Shamrock. Oh, you can't see it. Your Stampin' Spot is Shy Shamrock. You have 9 envelopes. They're all the same with this pretty and pink design on the flap. And then you have a stamp set. It's in here, but it's difficult to see. So I'm going to show you that these are some of the things that you can stamp on your Easter eggs. You have dots and then flowers and stripes. You have some grass. And then you have some greetings. Happy Easter, sweet spring greetings, and hello friend. Okay, those are our materials. So let's go ahead and talk about some alternatives to our paper pumpkin kit this month. All right, this is the first alternative that we are going to make. I'm going to show you how to make it. It is a basket weave card, so I'll show you how to make this basket weave, and then we will use the pieces of the paper pumpkin kit to decorate this card together. I am throwing in some extra pieces. So I have some party dots that I'll be using that were in my stash. And then I have the 24-26 in color 6x6 designer series paper that we will be using as well. I'm using the pretty and pink designer series paper to add some color, some more color to this super cute card. Alrighty, let's get started. We're going to start with the card base where I'm going to show you how to make the basket weave, and then we will get into the decorating. So stay tuned. Okay, so your base card is going to look like this. This measures 7 by 4 1/4, and it is scored at 5 1/2. So as crafters, at least I do, I'm sure you do too, we always have these little half-inch strips left over when we're trimming our paper down. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 6 of these half-inch strips, and the first one you're going to do is glue. You're going to line up the sides and the bottom, and you're going to glue 1 on each side. And then you're going to work your way through the middle with a 1/4 inch in between. So this is what I've been doing. I've turned it over, and I know that I want glue. Let me see. I want glue in the top 1.5 inches, or 1.25 inches, not 1.5. So I'm going to put glue right there. And then I'm going to take my card and I'm going to line this up with one of those lines on my glass mat, and I'm going to skip one of the squares in between. So these are all lined up right down here. I'm going to take this, glue's on that side. I'm going to take this and lay it down just like that. Now I have the perfect little start to my basket weave on my card. All right, let's talk about the other weave. All right, now that you have the vertical pieces done, it's time to work on your horizontal pieces that you're going to weave in and out of your vertical pieces. So I've gotten us started. I'm going to do 2 more, and basically you just do the pattern over, under, over, under, over, under, and so on. And then the next one starts the opposite. So this one goes over, and I want this one to start under, over, under, over, under, and over. And then I'm going to push it up as far as it'll go. And I'm going to raise my my vertical pieces. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of glue under the horizontal pieces, and then the piece that is at the free end. I don't need to do this one because I did it with the under piece, but I want to go ahead and tack that one down. Okay, last one I'm going to do. So I started over. Now I'm going to do, I started under. Now I'm going to start over and go under, over, under, over, under. Uh-oh, I skipped one. Over, under, over, under, over, and there we go. Okay. Push that up to the top as tight as it will go. And now this one is free, so I'm going to lift it. Now here's a vertical piece. Add some glue there. Add some glue there. And one more. I'll add some glue right there. Oh, it's not up completely. Let me get it straight. Okay, there we go. We have the weave done. Now I'm going to trim it. All right, I have my large scissors and I've turned it over or opened it up to where I'm working on the inside. And I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim right down this side like that. And I'm going to trim right down this side just like that. Okay, now we're going to add some paper to give this a finished edge, and we'll be ready to decorate. Okay, so I have a piece of thick white. My base is thick white. That's cut at 4 1/4 by 1 1/2. And then I have 2 pieces that are cut at 4 1/4 by 1/2. So I need a finished edge here. And then you're also going to want that same finished edge on this side. And then you're going to want to cover these little pieces up. So this piece of 4¼ by 1½ is going to live right over the top of those pieces that are unfinished. I'm just going to kind of put it right up here. I don't want to put it all the way because I want to make sure that my card will still open nicely. So we have a finished edge on the inside. Now I'm ready to do a finished edge on the bottom, front and back. So to finish this one, I'm just going to take some liquid glue and then line this up right down here. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the back. I'm going to take my liquid glue and line this up right down here. Okay, now you can see I have a few little pieces that are hanging over. So I'm just going to take my scissors once again and trim those off. Just like that. All right. There's our basket weave. And now we are ready to start decorating. Okay, time to decorate. So here are the pieces that I'm going to need for my card. I took the piece in the paper pumpkin kit that looks like this, and I chopped it up. I took what was the front piece and cut it to 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. This part doesn't matter. I actually just want the outside. We're going to cover it up, and that's going to be the inside of our card. So I have that piece, and then I have a piece of basic white that is 5 1/4 by 4. The other side that doesn't have the design on it, the other piece that is just blue, I chopped that up, and I have a piece that is 4 1/8 by 1 3/8. A piece that is 4 1/8 by 5/8. 4 1/8 by 5/8. And then I have a piece that is 4 1/8 by 3/8. Then I have my 2024 to 2026 in color 6x6 designer series paper, and I pulled the pretty in pink from that stash of paper, and I cut one piece to 4 by 1 1/4. I have another piece that is 4 by 1/4. And then I have a piece that is 4 1/8 by, let me see, 4 1/8 by 1/2. 4 1/8 by 1/2. Okay. I am going to want my dots here. These are called party dots, and I'll be using those as well. And then my ephemera pieces. So from the paper pumpkin materials, I pulled the little wreath, the Easter bunny, the banner piece, and I typed, I stamped Happy Easter on there. I have a bow from the pink twine that is in the kit. I pulled 3 of the flowers that are yellow, and then 1 of the pink flowers. Okay, so to decorate, let's go ahead and start on the inside, I think. take your piece of basic white that is 5 1/4 by 4, and then you're going to want your 1/2 inch strip of designer series paper and your 5/8 4 by 5/8 piece of cardstock that came from the paper pumpkin card bases. And I'm just going to take some liquid glue and put these two together, just like that. Okay, now this is going to go at the bottom of my card. And I'm going to take my glue, add some right down here at the bottom, and then line this up at the bottom of my card. And I do want it to hang over because I cut it off and I get a nice clean edge when I do it that way. So I'm going to pull out my snips and just trim off that piece right there. Okay, now let's take our adhesive, add it to the back of this, and we're going to mat it on this piece right here. We're covering that up. I'm not using it. I just want this to act as the mat for the inside of my card. Then I'm going to add adhesive to this and put this on the inside of my card. Here we go. All right, let's decorate the front. So we're going to add some paper to the top. We're going to take our designer series paper and our cardstock from our kit, and we're going to put those two pieces together. And then we're going to add adhesive to the back of this and add it to the top of our card, like that. Okay, I have my smaller pieces we're going to add to the bottom. So I'm going to add liquid glue to this one since it's so small. Just a little strip of glue. And then I am adding this to my other piece of cardstock that I cut from the card base. There we go. And let's add glue to the back of this. And then that is going to go right down here on the bottom of our card, just like that. Okay. So I'm going to start with our wreath here, and I do want to add dimensionals on the back. I'm going to take my large dimensionals and add some to the back of this wreath. All right, I have the dimensionals on and the back's pulled off. Watch your direction. We do have flowers on here that face a certain way. And we're just going to add this to the middle of our card. Now I want to add some dimensionals just to the corners because this banner is going to go up the top. This part is already up on dimensionals, so I don't want to add more dimension. I just want to add dimensionals right up here and then right down here where it's going to meet the paper here, and it won't be popped up on dimensionals under there. All right, got a couple of dimensionals on that. And then this is going to live right here. At the top of my card. My little bunny's going to go, he's going to get tucked right down here. Have to tuck his ears in. Okay, so we're going to add glue to the back of that. Just like that. See if I can sneak it back down here without creating too much of a mess. There we go. Now I'm going to take my little flower. I'm going to place it right here with my bunny. Right there. Too cute. Okay, I have my small flower, and that's going to go here in the top right-hand corner, nope, left-hand corner. I'm just going to stick that down like that. I need some dimensionals for my other flowers. Where'd my dimension? Oh, there they are. They're going to go right here on the back, here, and here. One of them is going to go right here by the bunny's ears. And one of them is going to go right down here by his hand. I need some gems, dots, my dots. And I'm going to take 2 of the larger dots and put one inside this flower and one inside this flower. And then I'm going to take a smaller dot and place it on the inside of that flower. And the only thing I have left is to add some glue dots. I'm going to add 2. Where do I want my ribbon to go? Right about there. So I'm going to add 2 glue dots. One there. One there. Peel off the backs. Like that. Now where'd my ribbon go? There it is. And place my ribbon right over here in the corner. And I have a super cute basket weave Easter card. There we go. The front and the inside ready to go. All right, friends, I have more paper pumpkin coming up, so stay tuned and look for another video in a few days. Until then, Stappy stamping.